God bless you, people of God. Another good day to hear about the wondrous works of the Lord. Hallelujah. I'm Pastor Grace Donald, and today on my testimony, I'm going to be telling you about the miracle of my first baby. Yes, how I had my first baby. Glory to Jesus. She's 4 years old now. To God be the glory. But her birth was a miracle. Her birth was a miracle. I'll tell you about it. First of all, let me appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you all so much. Can't believe the pace with which I'm increasing every day. Thank you all. I appreciate all my old and new subscribers. Welcome to the house, the new subscribers. I assure you that you will be blessed in this house. Just remember to turn on the notification bell if you haven't, so you always get notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you're just coming across this channel for the first time today, nice meeting you. Please remember to press the subscribe button before you go and turn on the bell so you always be notified when I post a new video. I assure you that in this house, in this channel, you will be blessed. Your faith will be lifted. You will hear the word of God that will transform your life into the image of God from glory to glory. Hallelujah. Thank you for being with me. Please stay tuned and listen to this testimony to the end. I'm sure it will bless you. If you haven't seen my last video, please try and see it. It will help you to understand what I'm talking about in this video. And the last video is about how I joined my husband in Spain. Yes, how I joined my husband in Spain. So if you have watched it, you definitely understand what I'm talking about when I start this testimony. So my arrival to Spain. Remember that by now, if you watched the last testimony, my time was very short. I was very close to delivering. Anything could happen from any moment from then when I arrived. I arrived on the 5th of September, and everything moved so fast. So fast. I had no time to visit. My husband did not have time to show me around because I was so close to delivery, and we needed to make sure that I was registered in the hospital, and then he was working too. He was working, and it wasn't easy because he couldn't really take me around, but he had to look for some other people that could, help in taking me around, introducing me to, interpreting for me, because remember that the Spanish language is not one language I'm used to just yet. And then I had to go to the hospital like every day. Oh my God. And I had to run a lot of tests. In short, all the tests that they would have done in the 9 months of pregnancy, they did it for me in less than 2 weeks before my birth. Oh, blood tests, from one blood test to another. In short, I almost felt that they were going to drain all my blood out. At times I'll be asking my husband, what are they doing with this blood that they are taking? They just take like 4 cups. Okay, I'm calling 4 cups now, not exactly 4 cups. I don't know what they call it, the tube that looks like a syringe. Yeah, and the tube they use in the hospital. For those of you that are into the medical field, you probably know the right term to call it. So sometimes it'll take up to 4. I'm like, what are they going to do with all this? They are draining my blood out. Am I sure there's still any blood left in me? It was really a wonderful experience. From one test to the other, because they wanted to do everything within that short time. And it wasn't even up to 2 weeks, because I gave birth on the 16th. That was like 11 days after my arrival. So you can imagine how things really moved fast. So fast. Thank God for one of our members in the church. Yeah, sometimes she had time to follow me on my sitters, my appointments, to the medical doctor, to the gynecologist. So she helped out in interpretation, because my husband was working in the morning and he couldn't really get time off work that period. It was very hectic, not even knowing the area, jumping from one metro train to the other, with my pregnancy. It would have been a lot more easier if my husband was available, but because of work, he had to work, and he was working so early. And whenever he comes back, I think he used to close 2 then. Yeah, he was working 6 to 2 then. So whenever he comes back that evening, he will not even rest trying to run around to put 1 or 2 things in place for me. It wasn't easy for him. And as God will have it, on the 16th, that early morning of 16th, no, it wasn't even so early, around about 10 a.m. in the morning, I just felt some contractions. Okay, then we call it pain in the waist region. It was contractions actually, but as it was my first, I don't even know. I didn't even know anything about, you know, giving birth, because the antenatal class I attended in Nigeria before coming, remember, I did not even finish it because of my the processing of my visa to travel. I did not finish it. I did not finish my registration class, even because I knew it may happen like that. In some of the classes, I'll be asking questions ahead of time, you know, and then the nurses will be like, don't rush, the matron, don't rush, there's time for that, we'll tell you when it comes to that. I was trying to actually find out the process of giving birth and all that, but I didn't get to hear that teaching. I didn't get to get any training about giving birth. Nada, according to Spanish people, nothing at all. It was just only maybe little that I know, or there was nothing, no experience, no teaching, no theory, no practical. It was just me and God. And neither did I even have the time to attend the class here, because the time was so short. 11 days, not enough for anything. So it was just me and God. So I felt some contractions, which I felt was pain in the waist. Well, it wasn't a big deal, because, well, all through the pregnancy, I normally feel some pain like that. So I felt it was still one of those, you understand. And before I knew it, I saw blood stain. That was it. I didn't get, the water didn't break. But I just knew, the doctor said, when you see water, when the water breaks, or you see blood stain, or what again, or you have a lot of pains, contractions, and you just know when to move. So when I saw that blood stain, I knew this was it, because I didn't have any blood stain all through my pregnancy. It was smooth all the way by God's grace. So I knew this was it. And on that day, my husband was available. I just told him, and he said, okay, to the hospital quick. So picked all the things that we needed. We went to the hospital. It was easy. I walked myself. It was easy. I was not screaming. It wasn't such terrible pain that was unbearable. It wasn't exactly unbearable. Yeah, I know that some women feel much pain, but then I also know that some women don't really know how to bear when it comes to pain. You understand? So it wasn't so painful. Even when I got to the hospital, I was even snapping pictures, you know, by waiting in the delivery room. Yes, we call it delivery, not labor room. We're not laboring. We are just going to take delivery of our babies. Like that. I was even snapping pictures. My husband and I were snapping pictures. I was posing for pictures. Few contractions in between, and pose for pictures. It was funny. It was funny. So my husband did not really have the experience of the terrible pains that he thought he would see. You know, neither did he have to carry me, because of there was so much pain. There was no pain like that. It was bearable. And while we were just waiting, you know, we were monitoring the baby, checking to make sure that what's the level of you know, is it dilation they call it? The medical doctors will help me there. So they were checking to see how far, and something wonderful happens. My husband got a call. And it was a member. In short, the lady that was actually helping me in some of those my appointments, not all of them anyway, on the days that she had time, she was escorting me, you know, showing me to taking me to the doctor, and then doing interpretation for me. That very lady, yes, she had issues with her husband, domestic violence, and it was a terrible one. She got stabbed by her husband, and you know, the ambulance came to pick her away. My husband was called, so he had to leave me there and rush out. That is now some people don't understand what we go through as pastor's wife, the sacrifices that we have to make for the members, for the calling, just for our office as pastor's wife or as pastors. People don't know what we have to sacrifice, you understand? Husband had to leave me in the delivery room to rush to handle that issue. You know, you had to make sure that the sister was okay, that she was still alive, that she survived it, because it was a terrible stab around the stomach region or so. But to God be the glory, she survived it. And but she was in the intensive care for a very long time. And then the brother that was involved, the husband that was involved, escaped. And then the police was looking everywhere for him. So my husband had to do a lot of running around to try to get him, to encourage him to go and report himself to the police to avoid further trouble, you understand? It was terrible. Before I could do all those running around, it was already prayer meeting time, because it was a Friday, prayer meeting service. It was a Friday, yes. And we had prayer meeting service. The key to the church was with him. So from there, he had to rush to the church. He had to do the service. And before he finished the service and came back to the hospital, I had given birth. How did it happen? I don't know. Everything that the doctor said in that delivery room that day, I did not hear one thing, because they were speaking Spanish. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what they were telling me. I don't know what they were saying. But I just know that I gave birth anyway. It wasn't easy because we couldn't communicate. The knowledge of French was a little helpful. I was trying to use that to get what they were saying. My experience in French, my knowledge of French. French, because it's of the same roots with Spanish in a way, they have some similar rules. It was a little helpful, but not that helpful, because I was really new. And then they were talking so fast, and I didn't know how to say, can you slow down, repeat yourself, what are you saying? I knew no terminology about births in Spanish. If it was English, it would have been better, but it was Spanish. But all the same, God saw me through. My husband was not there. My husband is very good in Spanish because he has been here for more than 20 years. So he would have been able to help out, because at the beginning, he was the one that was, they were communicating with. Where's your husband? Oh, he went to attend to some things. I couldn't even say that anyway. It's coming, just sign language. I don't know how God saw me through in that labor room, but before he could come back, I had given birth. It was a pretty baby girl, Treasure. She's 4 years old now, and she's doing great. When he came back, oh my God. Of course, I gave him a bad look. I gave him a bad eye, a bad look. Because I couldn't imagine being alone there. Because I had said he should be with me in the labor room. But then duty called, and some of the things we go through as ministers. Sacrifice, he had to go. Yes. As desperately as I needed him at that point, he had to go and answer the call. And that was it. So he explained. Just when he came and they said, I've given birth, he held his head. He felt bad. He said, he explained a lot. I didn't hold it so long, because I actually understood the situation, you understand? So I even had to be asking him, how did it go? Are they now? Is she still alive? Is everything fine? What about the guy, that were able to get him to go and report him? Blah, blah. Just get over it. God is always with us in every time that we have to sacrifice because of our office. As ministers, God is always there for us. And I think God actually stood for me in place of my husband that day. He felt so bad, but I had to encourage him to relax. It's one of those things. And then he took the baby, then the pictures started coming, because I couldn't even snap any picture before he came. Snapped all the pictures that we could snap, Stayed with me to nurse me all through the night, me and the baby and all that. It was awesome, it was beautiful. It was just me and him, my no relative around, and church members and some of his friends, but then that first night, none of them were aware. I think that was around, I gave birth around 7, around 7 in the evening, and service closed around 7. So before he could get to the hospital from church, or maybe do a little counseling and rush. I'm not even sure he did counseling that day. He just finished the 1 hour prayer meeting and rushed to the hospital, but just too late, but too good also. Since everything was good, everything was safe, I was okay, baby was okay, we are happy. To God be the glory. Give God all the praise. So that's it. My first delivery, my first baby. And fabulous. We give God praise. It was a safe one. God was with us in the delivery room, and he brought us both out in spite of the fact that we couldn't communicate or know what was going on. But God brought us out safe, healthy and strong. And I just want to give God all the praise because he's a faithful God. So I don't know what your pregnancy experience may have been or your delivery experience may have been. I want you to know that God is faithful and he deserves all the praise. No matter how it came out, he deserves all the praise. So as long as you're alive, your baby is alive, he deserves all the praise. If anything went wrong, you are still alive, your baby is alive, he deserves all the praise. If there was any loss, he still deserves all the praise because he's a good God and he's a rewarder, he's a replacer, he's a restorer. So I'm grateful all the way. I'm grateful all the way. My girl is doing well today. If you have been following my videos, she celebrated her 4th year birthday, 16th of September last month. It's on this channel, so you can look out for it. How we celebrated Treasure's birthday. Treasure's 4th year birthday. I think that's the title of the video. You can check it out. She's a beautiful, lovely girl, and she's doing so well. To God be the glory. So that's my testimony of my first birth, the birth of my first daughter. I hope you're blessed by it. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you learned particularly the life of sacrifice that we have to live through. You know, sometimes you look at us from outside as ministers, you don't really know what we are battling with, what we are facing, what we are sacrificing, what we are letting go for you as members or as a sheep or flock under us. So many. But to God be the glory. We understand our calling and we take it as it comes and give God the praise. So that's it. Thank you for being with me today. I hope you were blessed by today's testimony. If you will, leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel about today's testimony. I'll be glad to read it and share it with somebody. Please share it with somebody. And then if you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell, and you keep getting wonderful and faith boosting testimonies from this channel. So till I see you again on this channel, same time next week Thursday on the program My Testimony. Keep working with the Lord faithfully, committedly, and keep having awesome testimonies in your walk with God. Bye.